All right, I think that we're live. Let's just see for a sec. All right, yep, we're live. So today we'll be working on our Stampede 4x4 and our TRX 4 Sport. So in our last live stream that we actually did, we were working on our TRX 4 Sport too, and we were working the axles and the transmission, trying to free everything up, make sure everything's nice and smooth. We did fix some of the issues with it, and a few weeks ago, I noticed that the motor was just like it was bogging a lot. So I took all the grease out of the transmission and just got rid of some basically. And that freed it up. But I noticed that every time I went to put the transmission back together, it wasn't smooth at all. So, like when I turn the spur gear, it's just not smooth and it's kind of tight still. And it's weird because there's like barely any grease in here. So that got me thinking. I looked at the exploded views that came with the parts manual, and I noticed that I was missing a piece. So went ahead and ordered it, and it was this piece right here. So I was missing one of these plastic sleeves that go over one of the shafts in the transmission. So I thought that was just kind of weird. So we're going to be fixing that. And then with our Stampede 4x4, it's clicking. I think it's clicking in the rear diff. So we might have to upgrade those, but we're just going to investigate what is wrong with that. So let's just go ahead and start working on the Trax 4 Sport. Let's see if anyone's in. Looks like 2 people are in right now. Just set that off to the side. So I need to take apart the transmission again. Is the audio okay, guys? Looks like we have 3 people in the live stream now. Comment if you're watching. All right, I think I only have one more screw. Yep, one more screw. Or 2. Nope, 2. Wait. No, 1. All right, there we go. Yep. I might just swap out everything that came with this because it's brand new, but there's nothing wrong with everything else, so I don't know. Might just leave it. Open up this. There's the part number right there, so you guys can see it. 8296. The single speed transmission. So it looks like we get an extra shaft this gear, which I don't think I need to replace. And then we get this little cover for where the servo linkage goes in. And then I think this is the part that I need. And then they do give you a shorter version of that for the other side. So one would go right there, and one would go here. I just need to figure out which one goes where. Yeah. So the longer side goes with the bigger gear. As you can see, this side has a smaller gear. So that side gets the smaller sleeve. I think it's basically like a spacer, but I could be wrong about that. Now we'll just put everything back together and see if it works. Hopefully it does. If I could get it lined up. Come on. Yes, I live by a train. They go off like every 15 minutes. It's kind of annoying. All right, I cannot get this lined up. Well, what's it getting stuck on? We can take this out. Maybe it's getting hung up on that. Nope, that's not right. Oh, come on. So for some reason, the transmission just isn't going in. Looks like we have the Tank RC in the live stream. How's it going? So we're just working on our TRX for Sport right now. And then we're also going to be working on our Stampede 4x4. For some reason, I can't get the transmission together. Oh, maybe it's the short side that goes on here. Let's try that. Well, that worked. Could have sworn that the long side went there, though. 4C Perfect is in the live stream. Is your inner bearing set properly? Yeah, all the bearings are set well. I think I just put the wrong sleeve on the shaft because now it works. So, user error. Let's try to put all these screws in and see if it worked. Hopefully it does. So far, it's smooth. Throw this one piece back in before I forget. Should we upgrade to a 2-speed? I think a 2-speed would be cool. Because then, like, if we put like a high-wing axe in here, then we could go slow and fast and kind of like bash around a little bit. I don't know. It's an option. We probably won't do locking and unlock diffs though. Because then we would also need a new remote. Well, we would actually need a new remote for the 2-speed anyways. So. Have any of you guys seen our VS410 SCX10 project? That upgrade series, it's pretty much wrapped up. We've done all the upgrades that we've wanted to at this point. And yeah, basically the rest is up to you guys, what you guys want to see put on it. For some reason, it's still not really smooth. It might be worse, actually. Huh. So yeah, it looks like this side of the transmission with the longer shaft, or with the bigger gear, that side gets the long sleeve. But it didn't close all the way. So something's interfering. I just gotta figure out what. I'll check the bearings again. One more screw. Alright. So this sleeve is shorter. This one's longer, so it goes on this shaft. And the shorter one goes on here. I'm going to take off this nut so then I could just remove that entire shaft on the other side. Clean that up a little bit. So it goes nut, that washer, and then these 2 washers. No, 4 washers. Wow. And then it goes this plates. And then the gear. And then that plate. Alright. And we could slide this gear off. Get some paper towels. Might as well just replace all the gears. Just because I got the new ones here, might as well install them. So there's the short one. It's covered in grease. Alright, so there's that one. And here's this shaft. They actually don't include this shaft in the new bag of parts. So we're going to have to reuse it, but it's no big deal. Alright, so we can just immediately install this one back in if I want. No, I'll clean up all the grease in there. There's still a little bit. Grease is probably the most annoying thing to work with on an RC car. Oh. Alright, so that looks a lot better. There's still some at the bottom, but I really can't get that. Yeah, and those bearings are pushed in, so don't really know what the problem is. So the short one goes there. And then we have to take this pin, put it in this hole. Yeah. All right. So it's like that. And that slides in. All right, so that's on. Looks pretty good too. So now we're going to put the slipper assembly back on. What do you guys want to see more of on the channel? We have a ton of videos on private right now. Got a few bash videos with our Stampede 4x4. We finished off the SCX10 build. Besides, like, the stuff that you guys want to see. We've done basically all the upgrades that we were planning on doing. So that's pretty cool. All right, got that on. Now I need to not need that. Well, I think I just found what the issue was. This bearing's like hanging out. Yeah, that's probably what the issue was. Well, let's see if it works now. Slide the long one onto there. Hopefully it works. Or maybe it's not supposed to. I honestly don't know. As you can see, it just won't go in. There's like a huge gap down the center. I don't know if you guys can see that. There. Just won't go on all the way. And I could try to just put it on the way it is. I think I might know though. I'm just going to try to put it together, see what happens. I'm not going to do the screws up all the way though, just to make sure that I don't like make it going crooked and strip any threads. think it's working. Oh yeah, I think it's working. It's super smooth. Yeah, that's definitely a lot better. Hopefully these last two screws don't mess anything up. Nope, now it's really tight. It should not be this tight. Yeah, that's worse. I don't get it. Comments are slow today. There's 3 people watching, so why won't it work? I think I know what I could do. I'm gonna backtrack. I'm gonna take out all the gears in the transfer case. So then I could get this shaft out. Because I don't think it's receiving with the hole in the bearing that it's supposed to go in. Because this long shaft right here is supposed to go into this bearing right there. Right there. So I don't think that it's going in the hole. So if I put it together with it in the hole, maybe it'll work. I'm just running out of ideas at this point. And the exploded views are really confusing because there are 2 washers in the transmission, and it's really hard to figure out where they go. Well, yeah, I could replace that one with the new one. So here are the washers. In the exploded views, it looks like they go behind the bearings in these two pockets, but it just doesn't really make sense why they would have to go there. So yeah, because I don't know if you guys can see it, but so I'm looking at this area right here. So it goes the outer case, then all the bearings go in those pockets, which I've been doing, and then the gears go on the shafts and all that. And then these two bearings go in the pockets that are on the other side of this piece right here. And what's weird is that they have the bearings going in and then the washers. It just doesn't make sense. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to have the washers I mean, I could try putting them on this side. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I have no clue though. I take the long one. Right, so there's that. Got those two gears in. I'm gonna try installing it with the washers not in it, because I really don't know where they would go. And I think that if I put them in the wrong spot, then it's gonna cause parts to be closer. It's gonna wear faster. I don't want that to happen. So let's try not installing them and see if that happens or if that works. All right, so it went on. All right, that's good. That's really good. Now I'm going to put that all together with the screws. says that there's 4 people watching, but no one's commenting. Come on, guys. All right. Oh, yeah. It's working. Nice. I just couldn't get that one piece of line, but I did it basically backwards, and now it's working. Oh, yeah. Alright, so all that's figured out. Now I just need to put these gears back in. Oh, I never put the bearings in. That could have been bad. I'm like, why is that sliding through? It's because I didn't have the bearings in. There we go. Oh yeah, that is really smooth. So much better. I don't know where those washers go. Yes. Alright, now we can install it back into the car. I'll just put all of those pieces in a bag. There we go. Alright, now let's install the transmission back onto the car. This should be fun. What? Huh? Wow. I just put the drive shaft on, I moved the transmission, and it just fell off, so I don't think I put it on right. There we go. Alright, now we're going to connect the front drive shaft. Which is easier said than done. There it goes. Nope. There we go. Now we're going to secure the transmission to the chassis. And what's really nice about this transmission is that like the case is held on with like 3 screws, so it's really easy to get access to. But you do have to remove the battery, the motor, the ESC, and then you have to cut some of the zip ties. But you can have it out in like minutes. All right, transmission's in, so put the ESC in now. Well, I can't put the battery tray on yet, so yeah, we'll put the ESC and then the motor. I'm gonna have to leave the battery tray off because since we had to cut the zip ties, I had to throw those out, and I have no more small zip ties, so we're gonna have to get more of those. I just used the last two, and of course I need two. I used the last two yesterday, repairing a body. This thing won't go in. There we go. Now I'll put the motor in. Ooh, that don't sound good. Lubricate that motor up a little bit. Does not sound healthy. Much better. All right. Slide that in there. Put the gear cover on, and then the gear cover's held on with 3 screws. What I really like about like the design of the TRX4 is that to remove the motor, like the motor mount just technically like sits there and slides into the gear cover because it's like slotted. So you take off the gear cover and the motor's out. Sean James is in the live stream. What's up? Those rigs look great. Yeah, they do. The builds are coming along great. All right, got the motor in, and that's all that I can plug in the motor actually. And then that's all that I could do right now on the TRX4 until I get zip ties. All right, let's set this one off to the side. Get the battery tray out of here. Now it's time to work on the Stampede. clicking diff. Let's take apart the back first, because I think that that's where the clicking is coming from. What RCs do you guys want to see us get? We've been looking into a few of them, but we're still exploring our options. Now I just have to remove the 4 screws on the bottom. I think that's all I have to do. We'll see. Nope, I have to remove the rear bumper. So that's held on with 5 screws. How many of you guys have seen the new Creighton 8S updates? Aussie RC Playground posted on Facebook all the updates. So go check him out. I'm actually pretty happy with what they've done to it. They added a new rear brace and they split up, like, it's one long center brace and they split it up into 2 separate ones. So that'll be a lot harder to bend. And then they also there's a new 3-channel radio that comes with it now. And there's one more thing I don't remember. What was it? I don't remember, guys. The rear brace. Or was that it? That might have been it, actually. I have no clue. I just glanced at it. Go to our website. We have a news topic on it. We would like to get an arm at some point, probably like the Granite 3S. We've looked into that one a little bit. Looks really cool. And it's durable too, like out of the box. So it wouldn't need that many upgrades. Probably like a servo and radio. That's really it. Oh yeah, there's definitely some broken teeth on it. I just saw one. So yeah. We may upgrade to the spiral cut gears. I don't know if they're any stronger though, but I know that there will be a better wear pattern because spiral gears tend to last longer than straight cut. So we'll try those out. I think they're more expensive though. Honestly though, I may just keep the diff as it is right now. Because the car still works. It only clicks every once in a while. May just wait until the whole ring gear's ruined. Until it doesn't drive. What do you guys think? The spiral cut gears. Well, I would definitely upgrade to the spiral cut gears. I'm not going back to the straight cut because this is the third diff. 4 if the front one has chip gears too, or chip teeth. Another train, wow. Yeah, I'm not buying the straight cut ones again though. I'm upgrading to the spiral cut. Hopefully they'll be better. There's really no like aftermarket ring and pinions for a Stampede or a Slash. Traxxas is really the only one. All right, so that's 1 tooth, 2. Three. Yeah, it's just wore down. There's a couple broken ones, a couple broken teeth on it, and a few are just wore down. Yeah. Here's a piece of one of the teeth. Just floating around right there. That obviously is not the best. Maybe I'll just upgrade to the spiral cut gears on the back because there's like more power and torque on the rear differential. So, yeah. Trying to find a tooth to show you guys. Yeah, those two are wore down. All right, here. This tooth right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's chipped pretty good. And then a few of them are wore down. Like in this area. Right there. Here's another broken one. Right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh, here's another broken one. Oh, no, that's the same one. Inside feels fine. Feels really smooth. All right, well, I think. Oh, wait, that growth screw's coming out. Add some hot plate to that one. I'm honestly surprised on how well these Techno M6 drive shafts are holding up. The cuffs. The cups have minimal wear on them from driving this car on 3S. I've heard mixed reviews about these drive shafts. We picked them up. We've had them on our red slash, this slash right here. We've had them on this slash for quite some time, and we're happy with them. And we got them for our Stampede two-wheel drive, which I don't have right now. That's Colin's car. And we're happy with them on there. But we only run those cars on 2S because we don't have 3S batteries that fit. Because the 3S battery that we run in this car, Stampede 4x4, it's way too tall to fit in any other battery trays. We could either use Velcro straps to hold them in on our slash, or we could get the battery expansion kit, but those cars are really fast on 2S, so it's really not necessary. Like our Stampede two-wheel drive, will keep up with our Stampede 4x4. When our Stampede 4x4 is on 3S and the Stampede 2-wheel drive is only on 2S. That thing is fast. But our Stampede 4x4 cannot go straight. It's like, it doesn't go straight. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. Maybe it has to do with all the towing on the rear. Because we have, well, stock, the Stampede 4x4 comes with 3 degrees of towing because it's built into the skid plate. And then the Techno drive shafts that we have, it has 2 different sets of hubs. So you could either add 1.5 degrees of towing or 0.5. And we went with the 0.5 one because we didn't want 4.5 degrees of towing. The tires would be like this, basically, driving forward. Right now, they're like this. And it's a little much, and we don't really have anything to counteract all that tow. So we could probably tune like the turnbuckles and all that, but I'm not good at that. That's more for like racers. If the car drives, I'm happy. Well, I might just leave this diff out, honestly, because I'm just going to get upgraded diffs. We're looking to do the XO1 diff mod too, where it's the XO1, it has like the same ring and pinion as a Stampede and a Slash, but the internals are much more beefy. It has a bigger diff cup. It has like an I-beam structure kind of to support the planetary gears. And there's longer screws holding the diff cup on. So it's a much beefier design and it fits in a Stampede or Slash. So we're going to do that modification at some point. And that's about it for the diffs on this truck. I just wish that the ring and pinion were more durable. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's it for the live stream. How long have we been going? Let's see. We've been going for an hour and 11 minutes, so not too bad. Definitely not our shortest or our longest live stream. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you did, like, share, and oh wait, if you are watching this as a replay, because I don't really think anyone's watching right now, check out our website. We have reviews on all of our RC cars, including our Stampede 4x4 and like our TRX 4 Sport, Vanquish via SCX-10-2, build our Redcat Gen 8 Summit, which we turned into our eRevo. We have reviews on all of those and other RCs that we featured on our channel. And on our website, we also have our Trax RC merch. We just updated some of the designs, so go check that out and feel free to buy some. And what else do we have? We have build breakdowns on all of our cars. So if you want to copy a build that we have, like for example, our red Slash, we have every single part listed that is on this Slash on our website. And same with like our Axial Capra, our Stampede 4x4, all of the cars that we have, even our boats. And then we also have the RC News page, and there's different news topics for every week. We just updated them yesterday. So that's that. And what's the last page? We have the Best RCs page, and there we have a like 70 to 100 RC cars listed that are like really good. And we listed all those in different categories and stuff like that. Like, for example, if you wanted a 4S four-wheel drive monster truck, the RCs that we have listed there is the Traxxas Max, the Arma 4S Outcast, and the Arma 4S Creighton. We have those listed. And street cars, boats, crawlers, buggies, desert buggies, stuff like that. A ton of different categories. There's probably 25, 30 categories. There's a lot. Just go check it out. And then we also have like our homepage with like a little description about our channel, stuff like that. and it advertises some series that we have going on right now. And then there's the About page, and that's really it. So we hope that you guys enjoyed this live stream. If you did, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time on Trax RC.